Hey everyone, this is KnittyMelissa, and what I'm going to show you today is just how I carry an unused color up the side of knitting. I don't like to weave in ends, so if I can carry the yarn up the side, that makes things easier. So in this case, I'm knitting my Through the Jasmine shawl pattern, and you see I have garter rows down here. There's black alternating with this kind of hot pinky red color. So when I get to this point, now I have a big lace section in the hot pink, but rather than cut the black, I carried it up the side. So you can see it carried up the side here. So if you don't mind the way that looks in the finished shawl, you can do that rather than cut it and then reattach it later. I find that, in parts where it's a smaller section, it's something, so you can see the black carried up the side. It's not as noticeable. A section as big as this, sometimes I will cut it and weave in the end rather than carry it up the side. One thing you want to do is stretch it out and make sure that when you're blocking the shawl, that you have enough give in that yarn that's carried. If you pull it too tight, that's going to constrict. So now when it's loose, it makes little loops, but then once I block it, it'll come out. So I may end up cutting this because I'm not sure I like the way that it looks on that long of a stretch, but I want to show you how I would do it like on a shorter stretch. So you see here, I've been carrying the black up the side, so it's down here lower. Let me grab it. And then the hot pink yarn is, if I start working the next row, this black's just hanging out. So if I just leave it and I never catch it, basically from down here where we used it last, it would just be a big loop hanging out the side. So all you do before you start working the next row is you take that yarn that you're carrying and you just put it over the working yarn and just kind of hold it off to the side and then start knitting with the working yarn. So now when you work that stitch, see how the black yarn is caught, and it's not going to make one big loop, so that's why every right side row there's a little catch for that black yarn. So that's it. So once again, all you do, you take your yarn that you're carrying from below, just kind of put it over that one so that when you start working it, it catches it. Super easy, and that's how you would carry an unused yarn up the side. All right, thanks for watching. Happy knitting.